Tonight, from Commander's Field in Landover, Maryland, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see the Washington Commanders taking on the New York Jets.
Head out about 10 miles or so from the Capitol Mall, and you will arrive here at Northwest Stadium, just outside of Washington, D.C. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. And trotting out there, no introduction needed for this guy around the league. Now in his 7th season as a QB.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd down, they go again with Henry. And he might have gotten that yard back, and that's about it, as he'll take it only up to about the 20.
The 2nd down play not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Here's 3rd and 10. Draw play. This is Henry. And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down. So opening drive, 3 straight runs, unable to pick up the first.
I know the fans want to see first downs, but guess what? The coaches have reasons for what they're doing. Sometimes they've scripted it, and some of these runs, while they...
Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their 2nd drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
2nd and 7. In motion right is Wilson. Now they'll fake the jet sweep and run up the middle with Henry. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. No score after 1 on EA Sports. So a victory here for the Commanders, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through, and they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
Tonight, from MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, it's a special Saturday night edition of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the New York Jets taking on the Seattle Seahawks.
We're situated about 8 miles west of New York City at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Now the Jets offense about set to take over as they head onto the field. There's the former Heisman winner. It's Derrick Henry. And a short pickup to about the 25.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air.
Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their 2nd drive. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
But you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Now let's find out who my playmakers are.
It's caught inside the 25. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 43 yards.
Well, he's certainly trying to earn his way into some more looks in the offense once the regular season heats up. If he continues to make plays like that, I think QB1 will look his way a little more often once the regular season begins.
Henry on 1st down, not finding much running room as he pushes forward for a yard or 2 at most.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think.
He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Under pressure, they got him again. Leonard Williams. 2 plays in a row now that he has gotten in there for the sack, and it brings up 4th down. New York ready to go again offensively. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want a drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants a drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
On the jet sweep, this is Corley. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. They'll try the right side with Henry. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Partner, those are back-to-back 6-yard runs, and if they're going to continue to get those types of plays, shoot, you just keep running the same stuff, don't you?
Yeah, it was 1st and 10, then 2nd and 4. Now 1st and 10 again. They keep it with Henry on 1st down. And he'll power ahead for about 3 yards. Second down coming up. Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 7. Again, it's Henry. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. To throw on 3rd down, Fisher forced out to his left. And they'll get this across midfield, but not nearly close to a first down as he stopped at the 48. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down. The Jets offense now works their way back onto the field. Throwing to start the drive. Fisher. His throw incomplete.
Oh, I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked him from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. And they go with a slant that time, 15 yards and a first down. Looking to throw. Fisher. This one deep for Wilson. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Seahawks are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. The Jets going to take over now late in this first half. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He completes that to Garrett Wilson. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Back to throw. Fisher. Here's Johnson with a reception. And he's brought down. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. So we've come upon halftime with the visiting Seahawks. They're out in front. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, well, look around the NFL. We'll have to wait for postgame because we are moving right through halftime and on to the 3rd quarter. What a ball game this was. What an atmosphere this was. And the home team getting the late touchdown, getting the victory, and now everybody in this building can file away with smiles on their faces.
And what do real estate people tell us all the time? It's location, location, location. So being at home, that can be a big deal because remember, they were down to their final chance to retake the lead. That home field advantage, I think it helped fuel all of what happened for them down the stretch. A huge win.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. It's a win for the Jets as we say so long from MetLife Stadium.
Tonight, from Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia, it's Week 3 of the NFL preseason on EA Sports. It's the Atlanta Falcons taking on the New York Jets.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. So here come the Jets for their initial possession of the game. Throwing on first down. Fisher. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. On third down, Henry. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big third down pickup to keep their drive alive.
On first down, Fisher. He gets this one to Johnson. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, second and 2. A shotgun handoff to Henry. There's the stiff arm. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Jet first down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
A first down carry for Henry. What a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run. From the 13 now, they work on first and 10. Now a carry for Allen. A nice display of powerful running, but it takes him only to the 7. He's dropped there. 4 yards to go on second down from the 7. They stay on the ground with Allen. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Now a timeout called for by the offense. So as they talk it over, we step aside. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. from the gun on third down. Fisher. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. First and goal and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. Henry is in. Touchdown, Jets.
Boy, 2 long, sustained drives by each team to start things out. It's kind of similar to how the pitch clock has shortened baseball games. That means we'll be out of here quickly if we get a few more drives like that. We're in the second quarter now, and we've only had 1 drive apiece, each of which have ended with touchdowns.
Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their second drive. Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time out, Charles. Remember, they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
Here now, 2nd and 4. Running from the gun with Henry. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. Leaves them with 3rd and just a yard. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And he will get the first down as he's up to the 20-yard line. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
We tend to give those running backs that are slashers a lot of credit, but how about guys who are maulers? Because that's what you want in short yardage situations, and we just saw that occur right there, didn't we?
Vertical, downhill running. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Henry up the middle. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. And he'll get this up to about the 40. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
But if you're going to have a relay race, you're probably going to pick your backs and receivers to run it, but don't underestimate the conditioning of the offensive line. They're out there just dictating things, staying on the field, and keeping a long drive going.
9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. Steps away to his left. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 37. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on 3rd.
They asked him to take charge and get them to a spot where they can at least attempt a kick before the half, and he does just that. Didn't trust what he saw downfield, so he took it upon himself to get them into field goal range using his legs. That's coming through with a play they needed in a big spot.
Inside handoff, Henry. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. And even 100 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half. And the busy night for Henry continues. And he's going to be stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing there for him. 2nd down. They'll run it again with Henry. Trying to those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. Off the play fake, Fisher. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And that could be one of those turning points.
Now the Jets going to take over on offense to begin this third quarter. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Now a handoff to Henry. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. They run wide side with Henry. Powering forward. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a 1st. As we surmise, Charles, most of the starting units still out there for this third quarter. First time this preseason that they played into the second half.
And that's by design. Most of the time by this point of the preseason, you want them to go into the half, cool down, and then come back out and warm up to start the third quarter like you would a regular season game. That's exactly what they wanted to get done.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Here's Allen. He's dropped just inside the 20. A little second effort there, but couldn't find a whole lot of space. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it third down at 6. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On third down, Fisher. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Allen. And he's going to be taken down short of the 1st, right around the 15-yard line. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. Looking to throw. Fisher. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. The Jets try it, but the 4th down play doesn't work. And the Falcons' defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. And New York set to take the field. Throwing to start the drive. Fisher. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, they have that one snipped out defensively. That's a tough one to connect on when you've got multiple defenders in the area, and it winds up incomplete.
He's going deep for Brown. And, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Draw play. This is Henry. Boy, that's a 5-yard loss. 4th down now.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards.
The offense for the Jets ready to take over. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. 134 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line. 2nd and a yard. Henry running right. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. So the scoring dried up here in the 3rd. Nothing that quarter. Well, that That second half, Charles, a little bit different from the first. Not only did we have the lead change after intermission, but they were able to pitch the shutout in the second half and get an impressive victory.
And what's the old expression? That's not quite how I saw it playing out in my head. You know they didn't expect this at all. As you mentioned, went into the half with the lead. Losing the game is one thing. Getting shut out in the second half, that's a surprise.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. It's a win for the Falcons here as we say so long from Atlanta.
Today, from Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, it's Week 1 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Come the Jets. On the ground, this is Derrick Henry, and he'll be taken down at the 18. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Operating from the gun, Fisher. Oh, Johnson, nice grab. And wrangled down quickly just past the 40 at the 41. 23 yards the pickup there. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive. Again, he'll drop to throw. And this will be broken up and incomplete. Now a penalty flag down, and they may be going backward here. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpire's got different responsibilities, but always making sure no one's holding.
Gonna look deep for Wilson. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. 2nd and 20. They'll look to throw again. And he'll get this underneath to Henry. Just a gain of a couple there. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Being chased out left. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down. With nowhere to throw it, decided to scramble, and a nice job, CD. Got the yardage that he needed. Yeah, and his teammates are certainly going to appreciate that effort, even if his coaches don't, because... Oh, it's intercepted! A drive killer there! Jalen Thompson picks it, and the Patriots are going to have it here just past the 25. Well, that one was in the air for an... He threw the interception the last time out, his first drive of the season here in the opening week. So now he's got to try to erase that memory and move on here, 1st and 10. The drive starts with a completion left side, and able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. A give to Henry. And he'll take it across the 50 and into New England territory. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Off-play action. Fisher. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. To throw on 3rd down. Fisher. That is caught. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call. And that nearly intercepted. Boy, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. But instead, it's... So out now come the Jets. Throwing to start the drive. Fisher. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Eluding the pressure right. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. Operating from the gun. Fisher buying time to his left. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
complete. It's Johnson. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. An extra corner comes on now for the Patriots D on third down. Operating from the gun, Fisher. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And the Pats will take over here at their own 14-yard line. Here's the Jets offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. It's been a tight game to this point. What do they need to do, Charles, to break through in the second half and take the lead?
Well, I think the first thing they need to do is thank their defense for keeping them in this game. And, you know, I think the defense is saying back to them, why don't you guys focus on getting some first downs, put some drives together, give us a little bit of a break here. If we can get some rest, we'll play even better for you. And, oh, by the way, pay off a few of those drives with some points, too.
Looking to throw on second down. Fisher. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down. Off the play fake. Fisher dancing to his left. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Johnson's got it complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That's good for 28 yards. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They'll try the right side with Henry. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, in on the stop.
I have to think a major focus at the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure.
And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. An 18-yard touchdown run. And the Jets are an extra point away from drawing level. It took them a little while, but they are on the board here in this third quarter, and now with a chance to tie this up.
And it gives them a chance to exhale just a little bit, right? Because most of the time, if your first points come in the second half, you're often hopelessly out of the game, but not in this case. Now they have something to build on and a chance to mount a comeback.
He got the job done on the ground on their previous drive with the touchdown run. On 1st and 10, Fisher. And he goes down. It's a Patriot sack. He couldn't get rid of it. He winds up losing a yard. It's 2nd down. A 2nd and 11 from the 19. Back to throw. Fisher. He finds Wilson. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a first down. Operating from the gun. Fisher. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And the Patriots are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. The New York set to take the field. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And this is caught. It's Brown. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. So a costly penalty yardage-wise as that'll move the football down to the spot of the foul.
And what the officials are looking for in these situations, whether you're playing the man or the ball. And if you're playing the man, you get a lot less leeway in terms of what's going to happen at the end of the play. But if you're looking for the football, it's less likely to draw the flag.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
Back to the air on second down. Fisher. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just working the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
To throw on second down. Fisher. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Oh, that would have been a nice one to hit on in a tie game. You start to think that one big play, maybe the next big play, could turn out to be the game winner. They took the big shot, but it winds up incomplete.
So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a fourth down.
Late in the game, he's certainly doing everything in his power to buy time for his guys to make a play, but in this case, he's surrounded, and all he has room to do is to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Now the Jet offense about to take over as they head out onto the field. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the fourth quarter. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Looking to throw. Fisher. It's brought in by Wilson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A Jet first down, 18 big yards that time. Off play action. Fisher. Flushed out right. And that is incomplete.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds a defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback. I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
23 yards the pickup there. Just week one, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Back to throw again. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. To throw again. Fisher. He finds his man Johnson. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Fisher. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I'll tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Jets try it, but the 4th down play doesn't work. And the Patriots defense is... So the Jets now down 14-10. They'll look to throw. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. It's Kyler Duggar who picks it. And the Pats have just about sewn up this football game. When you talk about making winning plays. Well, this was not just the opener of a brand new season, but this was a division game